All right, everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Mortflix original series, Marketing Monday. Today, our special guest is Ryan Owens. He's a friend of mine from way back in the Facebook land. So Ryan is a video marketing expert, and he is the president of marketing and media for Milestone Title Services in the Tampa, Florida area. So everybody say hello to Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
Hey, everybody, it's me, Ryan. I'm the expert. Thank you very much. I only do that because everyone's an expert these days. The only reason I'm an expert is because I've failed thousands of times. So good to be here with you, Mitch. You are my good buddy, and hope you're doing well today.
Yes, sir. So it's going to be like 75 here in Iowa, so I have no complaints.
Is it really?
With a 40-mile-an-hour wind.
75 to 81 is like my sweet spot.
Yep, that's the deal. So tell us a little bit about what you do at your business there and what part of it you play.
I like to call myself the CEO, the Chief Enthusiasm Officer, but they didn't give me that. I am president of marketing and media for a very rapidly expanding title company here in Florida. We serve all of Florida, and it's just a lot of fun here. So I help a lot of people out with their marketing in our clientele, and of course our business as well. And that has been instrumental in our growth. So it's working. It works.
Yeah, it does work, because that's how I found you. Was just your little videos you do, daily videos, and marketing on Facebook. So I think that's something that a lot of people can take away from, is following your lead in that. So you had videos about Wendy's Frosties and videos about sitting at the beach and videos about work.
Get inspired everywhere. Yeah.
Because video, I think, is the answer to a lot of people's problems.
It is the answer to a lot of people's problems. And I want to emphasize that I'm not on Facebook and Instagram or these platforms just to be cute and funny. Actually, there's people that make a lot better videos than me, and they make a lot more videos than me. But guess what? Here's my question. Do you want 10,000 likes, or do you want $10,000? And what I've been able to do is create a warm audience and then go to that audience physically and create $10,000 instead of just getting all those likes, because I'm not in this for likes. I can tell you that right now. Neither should you be.
Right. Yeah. And I think you've shown that over time, building a video presence online helps when you go meet people, right? I mean, you go to the social events, you go meet a realtor. They're like, I know this guy. So it's recognition, it's brand recognition, it's face recognition, right?
Absolutely. And it helped. It was a necessity for when I moved to Florida. I didn't know a single soul in all of Florida except for the people that I were moving in with. So to create a massive audience that I have now, it's taken that steady, consistent video marketing and getting that out there for people to know who I was and gain a level of trust with me before I met them, which was absolutely a game changer.
Well, tell me a little bit about how you started with video marketing and how that went. Like you said, you moved here from Ohio, correct? And no one.
Yep.
And you're just getting into mortgage, correct? You were a mortgage loan officer at the time?
Absolutely. So I actually I got into mortgages because traffic was bad here in Florida. I was actually going to start up a business development center at a local car dealership, which was about 20 miles away or so over in Clearwater. And I was further into Tampa. That's across the bay and everything. So where I come from in Ohio, 25 miles takes about 25 minutes. Here it takes an hour and a half, 2 hours. So it was going to be like a 4-hour drive every day. I didn't realize that. So I had to I had to figure out some new things. I actually got a call from a friend in the mortgage industry that very week, and he said, "Hey, Ryan, I know you're a great salesperson. I know that you're absolutely ready to, make a new life down there. I got somebody for you to call." And his name was Ryan, and he was in the mortgage industry. And I actually went and interviewed that very next day, and it went from there. And that's actually when I started using the video marketing just from my cell phone to just put it out there who I was. I was giving more motivational tips because I really didn't know what the heck I was doing in mortgages yet. I started asking the people who had been in the industry, hey, what do I need to know that people don't know out there? And then I started making content around that. And I highly recommend anybody just new in their business, whether that's mortgages or real estate, frequently asked questions is really the best place to start with video marketing. And you can ask your veteran people, what do you hear from people all the time, or questions you have to answer all the time? And I'm going to make content around that.
Yeah, and I like the fact that, you started in mortgages, but you found your niche in video. That was kind of what, I saw blossom in you was like, wait a minute, I really enjoy this part of what I'm doing, more than maybe the mortgage part. And I could see that you started taking that to new heights with, better equipment, better cameras, better, mics, and starting to go out and do more for your partners and expand on that.
Yeah, because it really is. I just have a love for people being able to connect with others through the medium of video. I found that it worked for myself, but not only that, there was parts of the process in mortgages at the time that needed video. They needed empathy. They needed a human being because we were kind of on that, things are starting to get digital. There's new digital products coming out. There's all kinds of faceless digital communication going on that we've relied on for so long, whether that be emails or not so much text messages, but even that, it needed a person. And I was trying to inject in parts of the process. And then I found a company like BombBomb.com where I was able to get into the process and tell somebody, hey, you don't qualify, instead of just typing away and leaving them on their own to figure it out. I was coming on, showing empathy. And because of that, I had people that were trusting and wanted to work with me and allowed me to help them get to the point where they were qualified and then come back to me because they knew that I cared, and I could show that with video, and I couldn't do that any other way.
Right. And the cool thing about that is if you're sending people videos and showing empathy and you're helping them, you're not just saying, hey, skedaddle, you don't qualify. You bring someone back to the table 6 months later and get them qualified. I mean, you can't ask for a better reference. I mean, they're going to go out and tell the world that, Ryan Owens got me a home loan when, Rocket or, their credit union or whoever told them no. And you were able to work with them as a person and say, okay, this is what you need to do. Here's the person to help you do it. Come back to me. And you were able to get them closed. So I think that's a huge testament to what you do.
Everyone's going to qualify at some point. I don't care if they got a 400 credit score. You got to work real hard to get a 400 credit score, but they're going to qualify down the road. You should have a system in place that can nurture them. And I understand, because I've watched the top. I'm looking at people in the core and that I was involved with at the time, and people that are in the 1% of the mortgage industry. They have some sort of system that they're going to be able to make sure people stay with them. But when it comes to face, there's nothing I could have done better than just establish that I really cared about them being able to qualify in the future. It makes a huge difference for sure.
So tell me this, if I'm a new LO, which there's going to be some watching, and they come into this business, they know no one in the business, they don't have realtor partners yet. What's the first thing they should do with video?
The very first thing that they should do with video is they should get their database. And if they don't have a database, they need to go into their phone contacts, and they need to be able to send out a video to each and every person that will listen, to let them know that they have entered a new industry, so that they are interested in finding out if they qualify, seeing if it's potential for them to refi, emphasizing also that, hey, it's not just me, this newbie. I have been taken under the wing by a phenomenal company with upper echelon, true professionals that are going to assist me in helping you. I need you to know what I'm doing. So I'm going to put out a video to my database that's going to let them know that I have introduced myself, and world, watch out. I'm now in the mortgage industry. We want to make sure that everyone knows that. We don't want to be working undercover. So that would be the very first thing that I would do, is make sure there's a video sent out introducing myself as a mortgage professional to everyone that I know. That would be
not only on social, but do you recommend sending a text message, an email with a video? I know text and email videos are starting to become a lot more popular.
Yeah, there's a lot of programs out there. There's a lot of ways to get that message out, whether that be a paid program like BombBomb, or even there's some free features by like Loom.com, LOOM.com, where you can use some of those same BombBomb type features to put those in emails and allow them to have clickable links that'll then show them your video for absolutely free. So there's absolutely no excuses to be able to get this message out via video. Do not hide behind. You need to show your enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is entheos. It comes from Greek word that means inhabited by the Spirit of God. They need to see your excitement about this new adventure that you have to create a connection there and make sure they know that you're in the industry. The worst thing that's ever happened to a real estate professional or mortgage professional is they use someone else because they forgot about you. And we got to make sure that that does not happen.
Yeah, I see it. So many people say, yeah, my sister-in-law and my brother, they decided to buy a house and they didn't even call me.
Yep,
it's like,
and that is 100% their fault. They should take owner for that. They should feel all the pain and not allow it to happen again. It's their fault for sure.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That is your fault.
It's your fault.
Yep. You need to step up your video game so people know you're there and what you do. But yeah, I know people that I've known for a long time. I don't know what they do.
I know.
It doesn't necessarily mean they're in mortgage or real estate, but the fact that I don't know what you do doesn't help you because if I need a contractor and I don't know that you own a contractor company, then you're missing out on an opportunity.
If I don't know you, I can't flow you. That gives me an opportunity. Let me tell you about obscurity level number 1 and 2 very briefly. Obscurity level number 1 is I don't know who the heck you are. And obviously, like you just mentioned, I cannot do business with anybody if I don't know who they are or what they do. So we create some content. We call some people. We get out of that obscurity level number 1. But here comes obscurity level number 2 with all the Google pings, with all the emails, with the days, the stresses, the traumas, the kids, the job, the paperwork, all that. Obscurity level number 2 is I totally forgot about you because you didn't follow up with your message. You came out with that one great video that one time. That was really cool. And you came out with that one phone call you gave me last year. That was nice. You didn't follow up and create a consistent way for me to remember who you were. So it's great to get out of obscurity level number 1, making that one great video, that one great call. But the follow-up is where the key's always at, the consistency to make sure they don't forget about you because they will.
Absolutely. So quick question for you. The audience is going to want to know this. They're scared. How do they get on video? When they're nervous, they don't want to get on video. How do they do it?
There's no secret sauce to get you unafraid of video. This is not an external thing. If you're fearful of video, it's an internal thing. Am I in the right business? Check. Am I the right person to be doing this business? Check. Am I a person that's worthy of creating a paycheck and an income due to this thing that I'm doing? Check. You got to check in with yourself and figure out what is it about? Are you in the wrong industry? Are you selling something illegal? Are you going to, if you make a sale, are you going to jail? Why are you afraid? The people that have done well at video were all afraid. There's no getting away from being afraid. You have to do it anyway, and you have to care enough about yourself to step in front of the video to realize this is how people are getting known. This is how businesses are getting their message out. This is how people are catching wind of people that they want to do business with and establish that trust. If I don't do it, I will lose. So why does the fear matter? It doesn't, and it will always be there. I get fearful myself sometimes. Not as much because I've done consistent video over and over again, and practice makes perfect. But right. Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, anybody you've seen that's been utilizing video that looks like a champ on there, they absolutely were terrible at the very beginning, and they were absolutely fearful. So if you're fearful, you're in the right place. You're doing the right thing. But you've got to start asking some questions. Maybe instead of, let's drop the affirmations for a little bit. I am great. I deserve money. I deserve a great business. Let's do affirmations and ask ourselves some questions of why am I fearful? Am I in the right industry? Am I the right person to offer this service? And if those answers are all in the affirmative, just do it anyway.
Yeah, and I think my good friend Johnny Fowler says it best when he says, guess what? If you're bald in person just as you are on video. If you're 20 pounds overweight, you're 20 pounds overweight, just like you are in real life on video. So it doesn't, if you're not afraid to walk into a room and talk to people, you have no reason to be fearful of doing a video because you are the same person no matter what.
I ask listing agents all the time, would you ever not go to a listing appointment because of how you look and how you sound? And not one of them has ever said, yes, I would absolutely put that listing appointment on the back burner because my hair is not right today. It would never happen. And so, people are looking for authenticity anyway. They're going to read through all the glitz and glamour anyway. So you might as well just get on camera and offer the amazing value that you have. Johnny Fowler, by the way, shout out to him. He's an amazing man. And
yeah, he does some great things with marketing with real estate agents as well. So,
yes.
tell us what are your biggest tips? Give us some big pointers that you give to your real estate agents and your partners on, how to become more well-known in your area.
Well, first of all, you got to have a plan. You've got to put the content creation on your calendar, because if you're someone who's reluctant to do it, you're not just going to pop up and make it happen. You need to schedule it. Now, there's time management. There's also energy management as well. Maybe there's days where you're going to have that you're typically having more energy than most. Maybe that's the day where you batch your content, meaning you could make a few different videos on that day because you've got the energy, and then you could make enough for a full month in a single day by just scheduling that out and just going for it. Another thing too, get other people involved. Have someone like a Mitch or someone other in your industry or at your brokerage interview you. Create some questions during that interview for a long form piece of content that you'd put on something like YouTube. And within that 20-25 minutes that you just filmed, you can absolutely learn a little bit of editing, or go to Fiverr.com and find a freelancer, Fiverr.com, and have them cut and slice all that content to be able to put that out on your different platforms all throughout the month. You could literally make a month's worth of content with just 25 minutes of a long form video that you made, getting interviewed, getting asked questions about your industry and your expertise or your business, your culture, and all of that. You got to really know what you're aiming for. Are you looking to recruit? You're going to do stuff that's going to be aimed towards showing the culture. Are you wanting to get more listings? Then you need to talk about the market and what your team can do that's different from everybody else, and how your marketing's better and all these other things. So you got to have a plan. You got to put it on the calendar. You got to know what it is that your audience is really seeking too. So you can go place like askthepublic.com and you can find out what are people actually searching for. Instead of me thinking about what people are actually looking for, use services like askthepublic.com, and you can type in real estate or mortgage, and it'll show you an entire 2 years worth of content, because it's going to show you what everyone's actually looking for right now.
Right.
So that's really important too, is speaking to the audience of what they need to hear.
Awesome. So let's talk about ratio. So, Carlos Ramos there in Tampa, he does a ton of video. He does a lot of personal video. He does a lot of, professional video. So what is the mix that you see works the best? Because obviously people like authenticity, and you don't get that without the personal side.
Yes. So Carlos, like myself, Carlos is a little different because he's hybrid, because Carlos is going to be looking for business to business and business to consumer. He's looking to work with other business professionals. He's also looking to get ahead of those business professionals and catch some consumers out in the market so that he can start offering referrals. Also, I'm a little bit different because I'm just strictly going B2B. I have no interest in the consumer at all. If a friend or a family member is selling a house and they need to know their title guy, that's okay, but that's very rare. I need to catch business professionals out there. So I'm going to tailor my content to those other business professionals. It really depends on what season you're in, what exactly you're trying to do with your business, what exactly you need. Are you running events? What I really suggest is that the content that you're making, that you have a way to be able to capture the information of the people that you're putting out videos to. Instead of just putting out videos for brand recognition and all of that right now, I really would love to see people putting some ad dollars behind their videos, and then having landing pages or having places that people can be directed to go to so that they can continue consuming your information, but leaving behind their information so that you can send them out something in your CRM or invite them to events or different things like that. Instead of just putting it out there and hoping someone sees it, I really would like to see people have more structured, here's a video, and at the end of this video, I'm inviting you to this landing place. Please sign up because I have this freebie for you, or I've got this this e-guide on how to get a mortgage from start to finish in the local area. And then capture that information. You really do need that database instead of just making videos for video's sake, hoping that it works. Right. I don't know if I answered your question, but I kind of went.
Well, no, that's fine. But the question is, what do you think the ratio is personal to
Okay.
business. So do you think people should be posting about their personal life 50% of the day, or what do you think?
I think that people need to, if you're watching your favorite TV, let's talk about back in the 90s when we had commercials all the time, because maybe you have Hulu that has the ads and all of that. So back in the day when you were watching your favorite television show, you would have about 20 minutes of programming that you loved and wanted to watch. And then you had a few minutes of commercials. Now, some of us are thinking that people want to watch all commercials and just a few minutes of an actual show that they want to watch.
More like MTV.
Yeah. Yeah,
MTV
exactly.
was about 15 minutes of show and 15 minutes of commercial.
Exactly. So there's half and half there. But really what you want to do is you need to show off your interest. You need to show off things that are going to bring people in maybe not physical proximity, but psychological proximity with you, showing them the dogs. People love dogs out there, showing them what you're doing with the kids. And of course, showing them while you're at the inspection and all of that, but hit them with that stuff that's really you. Do you like to paint? Are you a guitar player? Who are you? And show all of that. And then give them those 3 minutes of commercials. Hey, I got the best mortgage company in the world. We've got these great programs. Here's that and that. But it's a ratio of maybe 20 minutes to 3 minutes of really awesome stuff about you personally, because you are your brand. And then a few minutes of that hard hitting, here's advertisement, work with me, use me, here's my company, and all that too. I think that ratio of the television and commercial works really well for a lot of people, because some of us are doing too much commercial right now, and we've got to back off a little bit and show some of who we actually are.
Love it. I love it, dude. That makes perfect sense. And I think that we can end that on a high note. I really appreciate you coming on here and sharing your knowledge.
Yeah, baby. I was excited.
It's been great. So I hope you feel good, and I hope you're back to wealth soon, man. So I appreciate your time, and you have a good day.
Thank you, brother. You too. Talk to you soon.
Yep.